if that's you, Red Biggin, it turns out I can't be able to switch games without it stopping the stream. So after I ejected the game, there we go. Yeah, after I ejected, because I have a disc copy of Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. After I ejected the copy, it stopped the stream. So I put this in and I started it back up. All right, so I already 100% the game. I still need to do New Game Plus, New Story Plus, which I'll do eventually. So I don't have all the skins. I still have some that I need to get. I was going to get the Season Pass, because if you get the Season Pass for $19.99, you get all the rest of the DLC I don't have. And then as an added bonus, you get the Flashpoint Batman skin. And unless you hack, that's the only way you can get that skin. So the two skins that were in the free thing that's finally made available for everyone were Justice League 3000. I like this one because it adds color. It's like a suit that has some color in it. And I also like, because of the red and the black, and especially like the little emblem, it's like almost a Batman Deadpool type skin. So I like that one, and then the other one is the Adam West Batman. And I like the two picks as well. It's like the Batman of the past from the 60s, and then the Batman from the future in the year 3000. So that's really cool. So I'll pick this skin. I'll just speed up some random thoughts. Maybe do some challenges. But back on to Disney though. It's like, yeah, rest in peace Adam West. Yeah, that's that's really sad. It was sad when that happened, you know. Oh, another thing that, sorry to just go from that to this, another thing they made available was the Scarecrow Nightmare Missions, which I might play those too, maybe. But, I mean, briefly about Adam West, I mean, I haven't seen much of the original of his Batman show, but, I do know I have seen, like, when he voiced Grey Ghost on, Batman the Animated Series, and he did, Batman again in those animated Adam West Batman movies. I remember some of the stuff, like he was the mayor in on Family Guy, so I may not have seen like the work that made him famous, but I do know about him.
Like Bruce Wayne, I could take him easy.
It's just sad. Move back on to other topics now. But regarding Disney, I don't know. It really seems like more things are gonna unravel with them sooner or later, because there's been too much. Usually, if it was one thing, if it was like one thing that they had to deal with, like back when it was just like the only thing, like a few months ago, the only thing was when they had the whole thing with the dad wanting Spider-Man, or that his son's last wish was having Spider-Man on his grave, or this kid, a 4-year-old kid who wanted Spider-Man on his grave, and then Disney denied that. So when it's like one thing, they can usually cover it up, or it's not a big deal to them, or they have to worry about anything. But in 1 week, I think this is 3 or 4 different things now. You got the inflation, you got them having to deal with Sony, you got the shit with his daughter coming out saying that they were the most, I think her words were the most disrespectful. I actually have her quote. I have a picture of what she wrote on my tablet. Let me get that going and I'll read it off, because that's relevant to what this stream was supposed to be about. So let me see. Okay. Alright, so it says, as for how the Lees feel about it, JC tells us, JC is the daughter, JC tells us, Marvel and Disney seeking total control of my father's creations must be checked and balanced by others who, while still seeking to profit, have genuine respect for Stan Lee and his legacy. And then, aka, cameos don't cut is what it says. Okay, she adds, can you turn down the game a bit? I can hardly hear you. Oh, sound of Batman being awesome. Okay, sure. I'll start over what she wrote too. I'll turn down all of it. So dialogue, I'll have really low, and then music will be right there. See if that, okay. Alright, so I'll start over. As for how the Lees feel about it, JC, who's, as I said, was the daughter, tells us, Marvel and Disney seeking total control of my father's creations must be checked and balanced by others who, while still seeking to profit, have genuine respect for Stan Lee and his legacy. And then another thing underneath says, aka cameos don't cut it. She goes on, whether it's Sony or someone else's, the continued evolution of Stan's characters and his legacy deserves multiple points of view. When my father died, no one from Marvel or Disney reached out to me. From day one, they had comedicized my father's work and never shown him or his legacy any respect or decency. JC's parting words. In the end, no one could have treated my father worse than Marvel and Disney executives. So that was what she had to say. I mean, and we have to remember, another thing we have to remember, back when all of this crap was going around, there was somebody who was, I think, working for Stan Lee. I don't know if it was a lawyer or something. And I heard he was abusive to Stan Lee. And during this whole fiasco with Stan Lee, Disney and Marvel did nothing. And you think they're this multi-billion-dollar company, and they did nothing to help the person who created the majority of the characters they've been using in the MCU. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
So who's controlling the militia now that the Knights go?
It's just crazy. But like I said, all of this going on, and if more crap gets revealed, if more crap happens, if more crap goes down, they're just, usually they find a way to dodge it, but I mean, they could probably still dodge it now without, and then, see, that's the thing, they can't say anything, if they go and say anything, it'll be like it'll make them look more guilty. And see, that's the thing, they can't apologize for anything either, because it would be like a show of weakness or something that they were wrong about. And they can't ever, and being the company they are, they can't admit that they are wrong. And people still think Disney are saints. They're blinded by nostalgia and stuff that they liked either recently or years ago. Also, this is the, I think it's called the 1960s Batmobile. It's not really the Batmobile from that era, it's a repaint, but you can still use the tank and other stuff, so that's cool. I think there's another one that more represents the one from that. I don't know. More and more people are waking up to this, and there's this one guy on Twitter who is this total MCU shill. Ever since this crap went down with Spider-Man and Sony or whatnot, like, he's been throwing all this shit and all this shade over Sony, even when there's stuff going about with when there's shit going about with Disney. I mean, the moron, and now there's not really anything really audio there. I think that'll be bounced up. Jeremy Conrad, yep, I know exactly who you're talking about. Apparently, I can't even remember what I said to him. I called him out on something. I can't even remember what it was. And he blocked me. I can't even remember what it was. It was so long ago. I don't even know if it was anything I even said about him. It could have been something about... I could have merely said that some of the MCU movies aren't perfect, and he would have probably blocked me for that. I think that's a good enough balance. It's not completely mute, but it's not, I don't think will overpower, be louder than my voice. And that's just like, all this crap. I'll be surprised. I haven't followed any of his videos recently. I'll be surprised if Armin if he actually calls Disney out on this. That'd be surprising. That man has MCU in his website name, yeah. But Armin, I used to like comment stuff calling him out on his bullshit, but it's like lately, like, whether he went through whatever it was that he said, I can't even remember, but like, I don't want to, like, if he really did go through whatever it was, I don't want to be too hard on him. It's just, like, I realized Armin, him and his buddies are defending Disney like crazy. I figured as much. I said it would have been surprising if he actually called them out on it. But I knew it was never going to get me anywhere, like just comment on all of his videos, calling them out. And honestly, I stopped doing that, and I've, at least regarding that whole thing, I felt a little better since. Like, I've been feeling a little bit happier, because I always would get angry at him. I'd get angry over a lot of shitty things that keep happening. But I just figured, like, if he really goes through crap on a day-by-day basis, I don't want to continuously Like, if he wants to be shilling himself out for Disney, fine, I don't care anymore. But I don't want to be the kind of person that if there's somebody suffering but they're like an MCU show or something, or a Disney show, I don't want to be the kind of person that just continuously be like a grading type. And I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about you or anything like that. It's just between us, and then you got all the crap with the anti-SJWs, and it's like, all these people, and now they're bitching about stuff that ain't even woke. And it's like, you get, like, with me, I'm just trying to just stay, like, sane enough to just get through this crazy little thing called life. I'm just trying not to get too mad about shit, even though there's a lot of shit. I don't even know why I'm getting the Batmobile. I understand that the man has been through some messed up stuff in Bosnia, but I just can't stand how dishonest he is. Yeah, that was me for a while. That was me for, I mean, I didn't know until, it wasn't until he had done a video, he had talked about that, and I'm like, oh. I mean, I think most of my comments, at least on YouTube, I think he just ignored. He never really replied to any of them, or I don't even think he saw any of them. He's always, quote unquote, busy uploading videos that, according to him, he's always busy uploading the same 5 videos, that he doesn't really have time to comment on people's, or reply to people's comments. And that's just like, another time, it was like back in 2017, I had followed K-Wing 01, and there was times, and I don't know why it got to me so much. There were times where he didn't always get facts right about stuff, and I think I never like said anything really bad. I would call him out on it, and then I found out earlier this year, and I'm thankful that I just stopped watching, or stopped saying anything, or stopped watching the channel at the time. He had mentioned earlier this year that there was crap going on with his, there was stuff that there was all these little kid assholes who went, and I think they made up a bunch of awful rumors about them. They're like with him and his wife, it's like K-Wing and K-Wife is what they go by on the thing. Him and his wife Amber, that they're just nice, good, decent Christian couple, and they had to deal with all these assholes saying all these rumors about them. There was something his wife found. I don't know if she found something or somebody sent it to her. There was something that was this fake photoshopped photo. It was of somebody else, but it had her face, and it made it look like she had been doing like dirty photos and weird poses and stuff, and she said it really freaked her out. And the sad part about the whole thing is, during this whole thing, let me get the thing sit right here. During the whole thing, his wife was pregnant, and between stress from, because they were also going through complications. There was all this YouTube apocalypse, adpocalypse, all this other bullshit. and it was like there was a time it was like his work was getting stressful because the income was getting harder for him. So between stress from the work, the income not being as much and whatnot, the stress his wife had to go through with these fake, awful, like fake nudes and stuff, and the stress of all these other rumors and stuff, it she lost the baby because of it. And I told, like, that's why I was saying I was thankful I didn't like say anything. I wasn't still there during that time. I didn't say like any other calling him out on getting facts wrong about stuff. And I told him, I said, like, I'm sorry that this happened to y'all, because y'all are really, really decent people. And they went through, and it was a hard time for them. It was a really hard time for them. And from what I heard, they're okay now, but it's just sad. And I just hope at this point that the punks who went and started these rumors and did all this horrible shit, I hope they're caught. I hope they're caught. I hope they'll never have access to a computer again. Because it's just awful. I hope I'm not bringing you down. It's just that was something else that was going on. And to be honest, I don't even know why I really brought it up. I wouldn't make it personal with them. I just never anything about this. I think you meant to say I just never knew anything about this. Yeah. Well, for a while nobody did. It wasn't until I think it was back in April or May when he went and they needed to have time to recover from what happened. They needed to have time to recover from what happened. Um, and he finally came forward with. I think he already let people know about that there was people harassing them and doing awful stuff to them. But I think it was that he came forward, I think back in April or May, with this news that she lost, his child, their child. And it just, I'm glad they're okay now. It's just people suck. Not them, just people in general. And that's why I've just been, anytime when I talk, like, on Twitter, because I followed him on Twitter. I think it was after that. Um, I comment on stuff. I don't really call him out on anything. But, you just talk to him on occasion. He'll reply to me. But, yeah. Anyways, I keep going off subject and talking about all this other stuff. Again, I say I hope I didn't bring you down with any of this. It's just calling them out for dishonesty is one thing. No one should bring family into it or make it personal. That's the thing. When I had been calling him out on not getting facts right or something, that's the thing, I never made it personal. I never brought any, like, family, obviously I never threatened him, I never did any of that. I'm just thankful that I'm sorry, and I feel so sorry for them that they lost their kid. I'm also at the same time, a small part of me is thankful that I didn't contribute. Like, even if it was just calling out on misleading facts or being wrong about something, I'm thankful that I never, like, added on to that during that period of time, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to, I'll say this, if there's any couple in the world that deserves to have a kid, it's them. They've been together, I think, for like close to 15 years now. They've always been loyal to each other. They've always loved each other. And it's just the whole situation. When I heard about this, I was in tears. I was so sad that this had happened. And it's just crazy. So anyways, so let's get back into this. I guess we've already talked about with Disney. We already talked about Disney. We talked about all this other crap. Let me see where we go now. I just hope I hadn't really brought the stream down or anything with all this mentioning of it. Let's see. Drone zone. There aren't really a lot of enemies, or maybe there are. Hey, Underworld Dream. Scarecrow Nightmare 2. How have you been doing today? The Pale Moonlight, One Man Army. I guess we'll do the Scarecrow Nightmare challenges that were added. We had been talking about Disney with all the crap that's been going on this week. And we've been talking about that. The chat had been, well, I don't know, it hadn't been chat, but it was like I had mentioned some stuff that was some deep stuff, and it's just right now I'm kind of in an awkward moment. I'm trying to transition from talking about something that was like something shitty that something really shitty that happened to just talking about something else. I'm very tired. Well, if you're very tired, you need to get some rest. I'm gonna be getting back into doing these again. WBO. What's WBO? Who? Is that what you're trying to say? Who? Okay, now we're doing the Nightmare Challenge, but I turned the dialogue off. The audio dialogue. Accident type stuff. Okay. Alright. I just hope, like, regarding Red Biggin, I hope I didn't, like, I know I didn't say anything wrong, it's just, I don't want to sound bad or anything. I didn't sound bad or anything regarding, let's just move on. It's cool. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to think about what other stuff's been going on this week, news-wise. We already talked about Disney between, the shitty deal. I think I already mentioned this about that, if Sony had gone with the 50-50 deal, that we probably wouldn't have had, Venom 2 or Into the Spider-Verse 2, and I don't know. Have you seen Venom Red Biggin? I think you did a video talking about it. Did you like it? I can't remember what. I think you gave it like a 4 out of 10. Was that what it was? I still have stuff to do for weeks. I've been going to sleep at 1 a.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. My family can't get anything done unless I do it. Oh man, that's rough. That's rough, buddy. Yeah, my sleep schedule's all over the place. Sometimes I stay up all night. Sometimes I go to bed early and wake up early. I hope things haven't been too stressful for you, Underworld. I'll say this, though, regarding this. It's actually kind of interesting playing this. Okay, I've only seen the Venom stuff in the movie. I haven't seen the whole film. I haven't reviewed it. Okay. What I was saying was about this. I find it interesting that I actually would have gotten 4 stars, actually, if I just kept shooting. It's interesting playing it like this with, no voice acting and very minimal sound effects, because you get to hear the soundtrack more. That's really cool. Have you seen Into the Spider-Verse, Red Biggin? Or Red? I'll just say Red. That's a easier nickname to say. Try this one more time and then I'll go to the next challenge. Hello. Come on, I haven't seen Venom, but I have seen Into the Spider-Verse. I got to go see it in theaters, and it was great. It was really good. I liked all the different characters, and it was just a really fun movie. And some have said, and I kind of agree with them, some of them have said that the movie really helped define Miles better than some of the comics and the like other past stuff. So I mean that's cool. Okay. Coming up. Might be thinking about Black Panther. That's probably what it was. I gave it a 4 out of 10. I have seen Into the Spider-Verse as a fantastic movie and currently my favorite Spider-Man movie, 9 out of 10. Yep. I remember hearing you talk about that, and I remember you gave it a good review, so I was like, yeah. Like, you can really hear the music right here, which I like. It sounds really good. Okay, come on, take him out. Take him out. Come on. Okay. Alright. Might be able to actually get this. Hopefully. If I can get this with 3 stars, that'd be amazing. Because I only have it at 2 stars before. I thought Black Panther was okay. But I get some of the like criticisms it had. There we go. I mean, I don't think it was better than Winter Soldier, but I mean, it was something. Okay, I might be able to make this. I have only 20 seconds. Come on. 17 seconds, but still. Come on. Take him out. Take him out. Come on. I'm not gonna make it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Come on. Come on. So close. I was 1 second off. I guess I have to be faster at the trap. My PC is weird. I can play Resident Evil 2 Remake on my laptop, but this, an older game, would melt my CPU. That is weird. I remember hearing that, for the longest time, I think it was this game, for the longest time, Arkham Knight wouldn't run properly on PC. It took them months. And this wasn't like such a glitch where it would be like fixed in a week. I heard it took, it took like 3-4 months just to get the PC version working properly. And then when it was finally working properly, I remember I heard somebody told me recently that there was a couple extra Batman skins that were found in the files, the PC files. Like from what I heard from the files that were found, I heard the animated skins would have made a return. So animated series Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Catwoman, and probably Harley Quinn were all skins in the game. I don't know if animated Batgirl, if that was one of them. And that would have been cool in the game, like if they had where if you were, because I remember in Arkham City, if you wore the animated Batman skin, the other characters would wear animated skins too. So if you wore animated Batman, anytime Catwoman or Robin would show up in the game, they'd have the animated skin. I think that was also the case for, you wear one of the other skins, and I think Catwoman wears the Long Halloween skin. I think. Where's Scarecrow Challenge 2, though? That's... Wait, this whole time was I playing Challenge 2? I guess... Okay, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I guess this whole time that was... Okay, that was Challenge 2. Challenge 1's over here. Granted, I'm playing RE2 on the lowest settings, and there's some laggy moments, but it's running fine so far. Well, that's good. I wonder if you can unlock those skins by altering the files. Probably. If they exist in the game, you would be able to get them. Like, you could hack them in on PC. It's just, I think from what I heard, the files were only found, I think, on the PC version, I think. Or something. I don't know the details. I just know that somebody told me that they exist. In addition to those, in addition to those files, there was also a Alex Ross Batman skin and a Damian Wayne Robin skin that went unused in the game. I don't know if it would be way too late to ask Rocksteady. I think I already played this one. I don't know. I'm getting confused. I don't know if it'd be too late to ask, like, for anyone to ask Rocksteady, hey, can you add these skins that are in the files in the game? Alex Ross skins in video games are the best, yeah. I've heard about his art. He does really good art. I need to see more of his, but I've seen... I think he did one recently of the, of Brandon Routh as, the Kingdom Come Superman. But I think it was just, like, a sketch art, but it looked really good. Even though it wasn't colored or anything, it was just a sketch. It looked really, really well done. I don't think I've played this one yet. I mean, I played it before, but not on the stream right now. Maybe I did, I don't know. If not, I can do it again, I guess. And then I'll go to 2, and then I'll go to 3. Okay. Where are you? Okay, there you are. But currently all skins are now available except for Zurinar. You have to, it says something about community challenges, and I think community challenges don't exist anymore, so people can't get Zurinar until Rocksteady does something. Spider-Man, the movie game, and X2 Wolverine's Revenge has Alex Ross skins. Cool. I had the Spider-Man movie game, but I still do have X2 Wolverine's Revenge. I don't know why I couldn't really get into Wolverine's Revenge. I tried. Might actually be able to do this time. In a minute soon as well. Come on, take them out, take them out. Take the bats out, okay. Oh, I'll be able to do it. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! I don't know why, but I was able to do it, and I got 3 stars. Plus an extra skill point. Yes! This, I broke my record, too. 30 seconds. I mean, I kind of knew what I did, it's just, wow. And I got it on stream, too. Cool. 1 upgrade point earned. Yep. View upgrades. That's it. Only thing I hate when you do 100% on this, apparently it can't save again. I've tried doing everything I can, and it won't save any more progress. So in order for me to do anything, I'd have to, get the rest of these upgrades. I'd have to do New Game Plus. The fighting in Wolverine's Revenge is weird. Yeah, I agree. I think X-Men Origins Wolverine, the video game, is better than that. Yeah, that game was good job with those 3 stars. Yep. Yeah, I did a really good job on that. I think that's my favorite, like, of all of these AR challenges, the Scarecrow missions are the ones I like the most. Those are cool. There is one AR challenge that's, they should have had more like this in the game. There is one where you could switch between Batman and Nightwing, and you have to take down a bunch of different foes. And it's really cool, and I think I got 3 stars on that one as well. I heard X-Men Origins Wolverine the video games, it was better at a lot of stuff. The combat was better. I heard it did a surprisingly better take on the story. I have the version on Wii, but it's kind of like slightly more. The camera's messing up. It's a bit more slightly downgraded from Xbox 360 and PS3. I'm kind of just hoping. I know they'll probably never re-release it, but I'm kind of hoping they just re-release it on PS4. Kind of like a lot of people are actually, even though Arkham Origins was at least before Knight was the more problematic Arkham game. There's been people clamoring for Origins to just come out on PS4, so people have all 4 games on PS4. I honestly consider the Uncaged edition to be canon to the X movies. Yeah, that's fine. See, that's the thing. The movie Origins Wolverine, like, I vouch for a lot of the Fox X-Men movies. I mean, part of me kind of has, to a degree kind of has to, because that's what got me into X-Men in the first place, at least, like, with watching the other cartoons. But that movie, I've seen that movie. I have it on DVD, and I've seen that movie. And the film is literally just a bunch of random scenes happening. It's not really, I don't know, I'm not a movie expert, I'm not a film expert, but it doesn't really have kind of a story flow to it. And there was also stuff that broke canon as well, because if we're taking that movie as canon, then that would mean there was the crap that Emma, well, I'll get to Emma in a second, but there was Xavier, I think, knowing about Logan before they met in the first movie, or not knowing, but I don't know, he cameoed in the movie. I remember that. This I won't even worry about time on this one. And then there was the crap with Emma that there's this 16-year-old girl who has Emma's power, and in the credits, her name's never said in the movie, but in the credits, she's credited as Emma, just Emma. And you got that, and then you have if you were supposed to take that as canon to, like, when First Class came out, First Class broke that, like, that film being canon, which is kind of for the best, all things considered, because Emma was in that movie too, around the same time as when Origins Wolverine takes place, and has like a 20-something actress playing as her. So, but I mean, and like I said, I vouch for the Fox X-Men movies. I mean, the only other one I had issue with was Last Stand, to be honest, but like, Origins Wolverine is just kind of the black sheep to me. I mean, I'd say Disney will do, like, I'd say MCU, whatever, will do a better job, but I legit don't know now, because Feige didn't give a shit about, I don't know if it was because I've heard something that part of the reason why there was so many changes to MCU Spider-Man, or at least, like, regarding supporting characters and stuff, was because Sony still had the rights to the other characters, and I think it was supposed to be more money would have gone, or something another would have gone to Sony, unless they did different variations of characters. I don't know. I saw a video once that mentioned it. But I'd say Marvel would, or MCU, Feige, whatever, would do a good job on X-Men, but I can't say that. I don't know. The film, there's been, I mean, obviously it's too early to say because the film is being in development now, but after past stuff like with Spider-Man and especially Captain Marvel, I mean, it like, I'm not holding hope that we're going to get a good X-Men movie. I hope we do. I hope we get one that's on par or even better than Winter Soldier. But after being disappointed with what I heard about Homecoming, and then the stupid shit I heard Captain Marvel did, they, like, gender swapping Marvel, which also fucks up the origin, or fucks up the story for Hulkling, because Marvel, I think, was his dad in the comics, from what people were telling me. It fucks up the stuff for Hulkling, and then they took Monica Rambeau, who was never really connected to Carol Danvers. They made Monica this little, like, they made her a little girl, and had where she was a fangirl of Carol. So it's like they ruined Monica also in the process. Try watching it this way. X-Men First Class, play X-Men Origins Wolverine, the game, X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men United, Days of Future Past, Deadpool, I think, because I see DEA, so Deadpool, Oh, um, would Apocalypse be in there? It's not showing me the full text. Let me get it on the stream on my tablet, and I'll read the whole thing. Okay. Alright. Okay, so if you're watching this, what X-Men First Class, play X-Men Origins, Wolverine the game, X-Men, X2, X-Men United, X-Men Days of Future Past, Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan. Okay. I'd leave, that would leave Apocalypse out, but, and Dark Phoenix, but I guess so. Sorry about that, I didn't think it would cut off like that. Yeah, that's one of the only problems with, PS4 when you have the text, is that if you write too much, it won't show the whole thing. I learned that the hard way once when I was commenting on one of Tibia Smoko's streams, who is a friend of mine, or kind of a friend. If there was one game, I already have it on Wii, but if there was one game I'd have that I'd play... That's so weird, the music stopped. That's weird. If there was one game that I'd have on here that I'd love to get, and I'd get to stream it whenever, I'd love to have, the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that way then I could stream that on here. And then another cool thing is that since I have the Wii version, the PS4 version added 8 extra characters into the first game. I think some of them were from other versions of the game, like PSP, but some were, I guess, brand new. And I screwed that up. Some were brand new characters that they put in, I think. Come on, get over. There we go. Just barely made it over. I think the 8 characters that were added, they added Hulk, Sabretooth, Doctor Doom, Magneto, Hawkeye, who I think in the game they had, I think Hawkeye, the first Ronin character, who is, Maya something other, who is this deaf woman, and Cyclops and Nightcrawler. I think that's 8, I don't know. But that'd be fun to have, that way then I could, because I would love getting to play as Daredevil. Like, I even found out that Daredevil was going to have a PS2 game, and it would have been glorious. I saw a video that talked about it. It would have been released, it would have been right around when the movie came out, but it was going to be its like own kind of comic book type thing. That way of watching X-Men movies does sacrifice the Wolverine, The Last Stand. Oh, shoot. Let me read that. That way of watching X-Men movies does sacrifice the Wolverine, The Last Stand, Apocalypse, and Dark Phoenix. That's just how I watch the movies. I might replay Ultimate Alliance someday, yeah. I love the Punisher game. Cool. Yeah, Ultimate Alliance, it's fun like when you're first playing, but on like when there's nothing more to do in the story and you're just exploring the world, that's the only time when it gets boring. When you've gone through the main story but you are just revisiting, like grinding for money. That game got crazy with how much money, like if you wanted to get everything, like every upgrade, every uniform upgrade, like ability upgrade, every uniform upgrade for like 30 something fucking characters, that's like probably billions in cash. Billions in in-game money. Sorry for the slowness. I'm in between typing and playing Resident Evil. That's fine. I can't believe if I can actually get this again, that'd be great. Well, it'd be 2 stars, but it'd be something. I might turn the audio back on, or I might turn like the dialogue, like character dialogue audio back on. I'm thinking in a few minutes about I've completed the main story. I don't really feel like restarting the main campaign or whatever, the main story again. But I might play, because I have the GCPD lockdown. The Atlantis level of my Alliance put me to sleep. Yeah, I never really replayed there. I found the perfect area to grind for money is surprisingly hell. is Mephisto's realm. That was the one area that I'd go through the whole area and try grinding for money. And in the end, I still haven't, like, I still have a working version of it on the Wii, and I still haven't gotten all characters maxed out. Like, either ability, like, I may have maxed out, like, their uniform skills, but when you're talking abilities, it's a bit much. So, what I was saying is that I have the level's pretty frustrating when the demons grab you, yeah. Okay, so I have, oh, it says you last saved less than a minute ago, so I guess it can save at 100%. Alright, so I have, oh wait, back, the showing downloadable content, I don't need it going on there. Well, it can, but I don't want that messing up the stream. Back, go back. I don't want the stream cutting off again. I meant to go Arkham episodes. Darn it. Okay, there we go. Phew. Okay, so I have, so far, until I get the season pass, I have the Harley Quinn story pack and GCPD lockdown. So I might see to lengthen this up a little bit. I might play both of those. Audio options. I'll turn audio dialogue back up. little bit of sound effects. Okay, and we'll try that. I've been meaning to ask, have you ever played any of the well, I know you've played Arkham Asylum. I saw on your Arkham Asylum gameplay video that you love Arkham City, which is one of my favorites too. Have you ever played Arkham Knight? That's a good question, because I don't know if I can't remember if you ever mentioned that one. So I got the original Arkham. It's basically the Arkham City Nightwing. Yeah, that's my favorite of the three. For whatever reason, Arkham Knight gave him this weird... Hey, come on. Arkham Knight gave him this weird thing where his mask connects to his suit. Not yet. I haven't played Origins, and I can't play Knight. Oh. I guess you don't have Knight, or how can you not play it, I guess? Oh, you don't have it on PC? Or I can't remember, do you have a PS4, or is it, I think you have a PS3, because I remember when I watched your Arkham Asylum playthrough, in the credits of Arkham Asylum, it said Batman created by Bob Kane, but when I played Return to Arkham Asylum on PS4, in that same opening it said Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, so I kind of figured when you were playing Asylum that it was probably either the PS3 version or the PC version, but what do I know? Alright, so I'll use the Arkham City Nightwing because that's my favorite of the three. I like Arkham City models more. Oh yeah, that's fair. Okay. Alright, well I'll play GCPD Lockdown first, and then I'll play the Harley Quinn story pack. I don't know if I'll wrap up the stream after that. I'll see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I kind of like the models in City. I mean, but I think both games' models are good. I mean, I have my issues with the story in this game. Oh, Defender #1 wrote. Okay, I like Arkham City models more. Okay. I thought that was Red Bacon writing that. I'm so tired of this
Nefarious
stuff.
characters. Check. Ill-gotten money. Check.
What was that
Distinct
saying?
lack of brain cells. Definitely check. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fun.
I mean, what are the chances?
I don't have consoles. I use controllers for the PC, but they're not working at the moment. Gotta go old school keyboard. Okay, that's fine.
He had us put a little in reserve, well away from Gotham.
Okay.
Yeah, but I heard.
Do you know what happens in Arkham Knight? That's what I like to know, because I don't want this spoiling anything for you. The Harley Quinn one doesn't spoil anything, because it takes place before Arkham Knight.
Back in town.
Oh, what?
He beats guys like us to a pole. It's like his job.
Well, if he shows his face, he's gonna get his ass terminated.
There's 3, so we go up here, I think.
This should set the boss up nicely.
Power
We stay in
up.
his good books, we should see some of this
Power
cash
up.
too.
Power up. I think.
Keep Keep it moving, boys. Gotham's waiting.
I can probably play Knight, but it'll look terrible.
That reminds
Okay.
me. We need gas. Don't want to break down halfway. Penguin's gonna be back in business, boys. And we're ready
This
to dive.
one, this one, this one. Yes! Okay. Ooh, Fear multi-takedown. I know all the spoilers, don't worry. Okay. Yeah, did you hear about, the reboot sequel whatever tonight has, they ended up canceling it, apparently. There's reports going on that there was, for the longest time, they said that, they were gonna have the sequel take place, I think it was gonna be 10 years after Night. It was gonna have Damian Wayne as Batman, I think. And, I think it was gonna have an elderly Bruce Wayne. I hated the idea at the time. Because, I was familiar with, Batman Beyond at the time with Terry McGinnis, and I was like, I don't want to see Damian Wayne as, like, Batman Beyond. But, like, there was nothing said about it for at least a year or two, and then they said that it ended up being canceled. Of course, they also said it was supposed to be supposedly both a sequel to Arkham Knight and a sort of reboot. One of the concept arts that they showed for Knight showed an older Poison Ivy, so I don't know if somebody else took up the role of Poison Ivy or if she somehow survived the events of this game. I heard about that. I also heard about female Black Mask, which was weird. Roman Sionis can't catch a break in games and in films. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, because you got writers of this game did not know what they were doing. Literally, later we learned that the reason Barbara is with Tim is the writers did not know which Robin it was. Yeah, they got the wrong Robin. You would think they would have had some idea that she's destined to be with Dick Grayson. Well, I don't know about destined, but I mean most continuities have had her with Dick Grayson, not freaking Tim Drake. If anything, Tim Drake would be with Stephanie Brown or Cassie Sandsmark Wonder Girl, like on the Young Justice cartoon, but not freaking Batgirl. They were like brother and sister on the new Batman Adventures. But going back on to Black Mask, but seriously, Arkham City, his cameo in Arkham City, he gets beat up. I heard he was the villain in Arkham Origins, but then that ended up being a fake out for someone else. When they realized it was a mistake, they had to play it off as creative choice because it was too late. Ugh. Yeah. Creative. Watching Batman animated series, Tim and Barbara, yeah, watching that, Tim and Barbara feels gross, yeah. There's actually, in this area, there's actually a rare Easter egg here. There's not really many Easter eggs in this, or in many of the DLC stories, but... Hi, Shark. Like, trying to get at you, and then he'll swim away. Okay. Go over here.
You're in jail, Cobblepot. What are you doing with all this?
You're gonna get it, man!
And you were doing so well. You're headed to Gotham. What for?
I ain't telling you nothing.
You know 50,000 volts to the head hurts,
This is
right?
why I was
Okay,
so
they're
happy
busting
to
him
see
out of
Barbara and
GCPD.
Richard together in
You're
Young
too
Justice
late.
Season
It's
3.
already
Yeah,
happened.
we were all
Why
happy
so
about
pessimistic?
that. And she, for the most part, is a competent Oracle, because it seems so rare nowadays, because I like Barbara Gordon Moore's Oracle than his Batgirl, to be honest. So I'm really happy, like, in 2019, to see her be Oracle in something. Because DC's been,
You know,
like...
when you fitted this thing with a self-destruct option, you could have asked him why.
I'll talk in a second.
Popular word in Mr. Wayne's vocabulary.
Yeah, I'll pause. That it's nice that in 2019 we're going to see more of that, because DC since New 52 has been trying to push Barb as Batgirl, like bringing her back as Batgirl in the comics and stuff, and it just hasn't worked. Let me give me a sip to drink. Black Mask is being made into a joke in Birds of Prey. Well, based on the rumors, yeah. If the rumored plot leak is true... Wait, let me fix the mic. Okay, there we are. If the rumored plot leak is true, that the whole thing, he's looking for dick pics in a diamond that Cassandra swallowed in the movie, that's not a good fit for him. And combine that, dick pics in the diamond, how? I don't know. That was the leaked. That was what was leaked. And then it was also leaked that he's gonna be like a flamboyantly gay stereotype in the film. I'm trying to have hope that they're gonna work this shit. I heard something about reshoots. Maybe they're fixing some of this shit. Maybe he won't be flamboyantly gay. It was Grace Randolph, of all people, who said he was gonna be flamboyantly gay. I think other people came forward, other than her. Other people, I think, came forward about the whole dick pics in a diamond. I don't know. That was what she had said, and she said that it was like 2 different sources told her that. So I don't know if it's really the case, or if she's trying to bring down the film for some reason. I don't know why, because she's been, for the most part, neutral with the DC movies. I don't know.
Ah, yes. The stony-faced intractability we loved him for. These guys, on the other hand, looked very tractable.
They're tampering, Mr. Grayson. Might be an idea to stop them.
What the bloody hell's going on up there? Why am I stuck in that lift with no lights?
We cut the power, boss, like you said.
After you, moron. Cut the power after I go.
Okay. And he's attracted to Victor Zsasz? How? Zsasz is a lunatic. I don't even know if they're attracted. It could just be that he wants to be with him because Zsasz would be muscle, I guess, and a lover. I mean, if you think of it this way, Roman, from a gangster perspective, I guess he'd be getting 2 for 1, because he'd have both muscle, he'd have a crazy guy who cuts up people working for him, and a lover. So, I mean, I'm not saying I approve of it. I mean, I'm not in a bad way. I'm not saying that, like, comic... Oh, I forgot Nightwing can easily get knocked down this. Damn it. I should have... I'm gonna have to try again.
You had it coming, pretty boy. Give Batman my regards.
Lee Everett is Lucius Fox. Nice. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I had mentioned that when I went on one of your old videos when you did Walking Dead Season 1, and I commented, I said that he ended up voicing Lucius in this. I'm not saying that, like, comic continuity, whatever that I support the whole thing. It's just, I mean, at least from a mob perspective, I guess that'd be clever, I guess, having a lever and a muscle for you, I guess. I'm about to die again.
You ain't never hitting me.
I'm not losing this again. Come on. Nightwing deserves better. I'm not losing this again. There we go.
Come
You
on,
did?
guys.
Let me look. Yeah.
Have a fight,
I think it was
please.
the first episode when you
Couldn't
did like
agree
the
more.
first. Because you mentioned. No, it was the second one. It was the second episode because you mentioned, or it was the line about when Duck said the whole thing about being Batman and Robin. And then Lee was like, whatever. And then I wrote in the comments about saying that it's funny that they did that line all the way back in, I think, 2011, I think. And then just 4 years later, he ends up playing Lucius Fox in a Batman game.
Device, we can see what damage they've done.
I'm pretty sure that was in episode 2 when they did that line. Or episode 3.
Someone talk to me. What's going on?
Sorry, boss.
I
We're not
love
getting you
this.
out of there anytime soon.
Why the bloody hell not?
'Cause we just got our asses kicked.
Hang on, who's it? Oh no, not you.
The one and only, Oz. Look, just relax. Now that I'm here, I'll have you back down and behind bars in no time.
Piss off, pretty boy.
You know I love it when you get angry.
Okay, I'm connected. They've done a good job, but not good enough. I can reroute power, but it means rewiring some junction boxes. They're on the floors below.
Had
I'm on
you heard about Terry going to be replaced
So,
with
I've
Batwoman
been
Beyond? Who do you think it's going to be? I don't know. I don't know, because I heard that it's not a woke thing. I heard that it's supposed to be that there's some plot thing going on with Terry right now. Something about a villain called False Face or something. And then I heard apparently in November, Terry is getting framed for murdering somebody, so he'll be on the run. So that's gonna be great. I say sarcastically. Batwoman, like Batwoman Beyond, I don't know. I saw long red hair. I don't think it'd be Barbara, because I think her hair. I don't know if her hair's shorter, and she's also older as well. I don't know.
You, pretty much own everything now, huh?
I hope you're not going to ask me for a loan, Mr. Grayson.
But I bet you've been throwing some mad parties, right?
Off the chain, I believe they say.
Guys, I ain't got a clue what I'm looking at here. Penguin don't want to hear that, man. Just fix it.
Oh boy. I kind of wish these were a bit longer, to be honest. But it's alright, I guess. Alright, and we're doing
You okay,
Predators.
boss? Yeah, I'm having the time of my life in here. Really? No, you idiot! It's pitch black. I hate the dark. Brings back memories. Bad one. I'm sorry, I can't help. Maybe I could sing you a song.
Oh boy.
God, this ain't happening. Man, the boss ain't happy. He don't like confined spaces. I think he was locked in a
It
closet
was,
with Tyler.
if he framed for a crime, you would think he would just hide in the Batcave and be Batman full time till he could solve the crime. I would say so, but
What do you think, Numpty? Sorry, it's just I hadn't heard you screaming at anyone for at least
I
a
don't
minute.
know,
I got worried.
because I don't know if the writer wants to write something different, or if editorial is telling him, hey, we haven't gotten enough screwing over the Batman character, let's screw over Terry next.
Why don't you help us get the power back on?
It was episode 3 and the comment was 4 months ago. Why does YouTube do that to me? I don't know.
I ain't too good with electrics. Why the hell did they call
I
you?
feel like I should go back over my older videos and see if anybody commented on those, because I almost got caught.
Anyone bored? I'm bored.
Okay, that's 2. Anybody else up here? Nope. So for the most part, I'm okay up here, but I have to go back down. I have to go down. I need to take all of them out.
This is the worst part. The waiting.
Oh.
What? No!
Frack. Maybe if I go in the grate, hide in the grate. Surprisingly, he doesn't come up here.
Make us look like idiots. Find them.
I mean, I've commented on a couple of your videos, Red Biggin, but I can't remember what other ones I've commented on.
Why is it gone quiet? Where is everyone? Talk to me, you
I
idiot!
mean, I haven't commented that often. You don't have to look through all your old videos. Just for little old me. Come on, let's take down.
Down, I think.
It's too late.
Say hi to Batman in the afterlife.
Dude. Oh shit. Shit. Recharge ability. Performing silent takedown. So close. Silent takedown. There we go.
Yep, he's beat up all right.
I know people don't like Harley's designs that aren't her classic one, but her and the other characters look awesome, yeah. I actually, in this game, I actually love her Arkham City and Arkham Knight outfits. I actually like her Arkham Knight outfit more than the classic one. The only thing that would have made let me pause real quick. The only thing that would have made the Knight outfit more complete was in one of the first trailers. It was this first cinematic trailer for Arkham Knight, and then it shows, like, I think Batman's reading a letter from his dad, or an old letter from his dad, and then while it's reading that, it shows Gotham City, and it's showing the state of, like, all these villains attacking. And then you see in one of the scenes, you see Harley beat up some cop. He takes the cop hat, and then she wears the cop hat on her head. And I would have loved it so much. Like, I like her outfit as is in this game, but I would have loved it so much more if they kept that little detail of her wearing the cop hat with the outfit. It made it more complete.
He's a coward. That's what he is.
But, oh well.
I didn't see a thing. Sure felt it though. On your feet. Tell the boss ain't paying you.
Now, Cole.
What the hell was that?
Is there anybody else on this one? Have you read any Batman Beyond comic? I was told that they fuck with Terry's origins again, and his mother's actually Catwoman. How's that? I've read a little bit of Batman Beyond New 52. It was this 15 issue or 16 issues where it's 30-something Tim Drake in the near future, and he gets taken, I think, even farther in the future, and he becomes Batman Beyond in that for those issues. I read that. I read the first 17 issues of Batman Beyond Rebirth. I hadn't heard anything that that his mom is Catwoman. And I don't know. His origin, as far as I know, his origin is basically from the cartoon. The only thing that they didn't add from the cartoon was when they added that bit in they didn't add the bit from the Justice League Unlimited epilogue that was wrapping up, basically the wrap up of Batman Beyond. They didn't add the bit where they retconned it where his father was technically Bruce Wayne instead of his birth dad, because Amanda Waller overwrote Batman's dad's I think reproductive system to being Bruce Wayne's, I think.
He went this way. Over here! He'll get away!
Catwoman, his mother, wasn't Bruce being his father enough?
I can fix it.
Oh wow, the other one didn't even see me.
The boy's kicking our asses! Fall back and regroup! He's not taking us down!
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
We killed Batman. We can kill his little friend, too.
Wait, we didn't kill Batman.
He doesn't know that, idiot.
He doesn't know that, idiot.
Why isn't that bear ridiculous?
I actually hope the next game we just get a flat-out Nightwing game. I mean, that'd be cool.
I told you. We should have brought more guys.
Don't matter how many guys we bring. Arkham Knight has
I feel like people are done with. People are kind of getting burned out on.
Get over here now! He's gonna get away!
Shoot, I'm gonna screw this up. Get in there. Get in there.
Don't let him get away! Josh,
Aw,
think
shit.
something's moving down there. Discuss that freak out. Deploy charge.
There we go.
3, 2, 1.
Dream game, Nightwing versus Daredevil. Oh yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome. Like, that'd even be awesome if you had like segments, like there'd be times where you could play as Nightwing and a time where you play times where you play as Daredevil. That'd be dope. Or at least, like, I don't know about a versus game, but a team-up game, that would be great. That would be amazing.
Something under the floor.
Oh shit.
Whatever it was, it's gone now.
I almost got
Hey,
this.
I saw something move down there. I must be seeing things.
Come on, walk over here.
Something down there. It's nothing. I think I'm losing it.
I'm sure someone modded Nightwing to look like Daredevil on PC. Actually, I think I remember it was either Nightwing or it was Batman. I think I've seen that mod. It was a mod for Arkham City, I believe. But like I said, it'd be nice if we got a full-on Nightwing game, because it give like, for the most part, Arkham Nightwing was alright. Like, or the Arkham version of Nightwing was alright. The only problem I had was, or only problem people had was him getting caught by Penguin like he did in this. But, I mean, he's witty, he's funny, he's badass. He's basically Nightwing from the comics. I mean,
Pretty good.
I mean, I'd still say, like, flaws and all, he's still way better than the Titans version of Dick Grayson. Like, Titans is just... I mean, they released pictures of what Trigon-possessed people look like in season 2, and all it is, there's no like demonic, like there's no red skin, there's no 4 eyes like the comics, and even Justice League versus Teen Titans had it like that. And it's just like there's black eyeshadow. It's basically emo the devil. It's like emo devil possession instead of it being Trigon. From a quick Google search, according to Bruce Timm, there was going to be a second Batman Beyond movie? I only knew of the one. I only knew of Return of the Joker. I didn't know they were going to do a second one. Second Batman Beyond movie, the main villain was meant to be Catwoman. It's revealed that she, I guess you're gonna say she was Catwoman.
Okay, junction box rewired.
Good work, Mr. Grayson. One more to go. Oh, the newlyweds send their regards, by the way.
Ew.
Miss Gordon Drake, I should say, was kind
Ew.
enough to the island retreat looks lovely.
I don't give a fuck about the island retreat. They shouldn't be married. Ugh. I'm actually really hoping by following his mother. Terry has the choice of following his father's footsteps as Batman or become the greatest villain in the history of Batman mythos by following his mother. That's actually really interesting for him to choose, like to have him go through that and choose, like, should he follow Batman or should he become bad and turn on Batman? Not that he would, but that would have been interesting to see. Of course, I don't know, that kind of feels like a retcon too. His mom never seemed like Catwoman Beyond. You think they'll draw from New 52 and make Cordova's story for Nightwing? That would be cool. In that universe, he was supposed to be a Talon until Bruce Wayne adopted him. I am aware of that. I actually saw, I skimmed through a volume of Nightwing. It was either of Nightwing or it was the Talon book, the Calvin Rose Talon. That was it. It was something I think Scott Snyder did as a story after the infamous Batman Court of the Owls story. And in the story, it follows Calvin Rose, and Calvin Rose ends up, I think his dad was an asshole who kept him, I think, locked in a cage outside like a dog. Calvin ends up escaping, and he makes his way to Haley Circus, where Dick Grayson, that's where Dick Grayson was at as a kid. And it was I think, said both in the Nightwing book and in the Talon book, that Dick Grayson was going to end up being recruited and put through rigorous training and stuff, but since Dick lost his parents, that wasn't something that they planned on, I think. Or maybe it was, I think they planned that, but they didn't plan on Bruce adopting him. So instead of them taking Dick in, Bruce adopts Dick, which ended up being for the best, and they end up picking Calvin instead. And then Calvin, I actually have the first volume of that book. He went through hell, like all this rigorous training. It was almost like torture how some of the stuff went. And
okay, Lucius, we're done.
Re-establishing power now.
that would actually be.
The lights is on. Oh, I'm getting out of here, pretty boy. I can hear the welcome party as we speak.
Mr. Grayson, apartments on the roof. I'll hold the elevator, but it won't take long for them to get him out.
I'll stop him. Oh, and while you're at it, cut the lights.
No! That would be interesting if the Nightwing game was just basically, like, if it was kind of the Batman Court of the Owls story, but they just have it be Nightwing instead. That'd be cool.
Get ready! Nightwing's coming for the boss!
We're armed to the teeth up here. He ain't doing squat. What's he got?
So we got basically all this DLC story episode really is. Oh.
Defense, take him out.
Good job.
All this story really is a combat map. A combat map, a predator map, and another combat map. And a cutscene or two to make it more of a story. Come on over here, come on, come on. There we go, come on. Take care of that one.
Hit it.
Nicely done, sir.
Come on, I know there's another one. Ah, shit, I'll just start over. I've been thinking about doing a 3D animated Marvel/DC Universe comic series. Ooh, that'd be cool.
Not so cocky now, are ya?
That'd be interesting. He kicks him. It's crazy. And according to Tyrone Magnus, when he covered this news about the Arkham Knight sequel reboot getting canceled, he also mentioned, I haven't seen much anyone else mention it,
What's he got? A couple of sticks?
but he also mentioned that
Defense, hit it.
he also mentioned that there was a Superman game and a Suicide Squad game that were canceled as well.
Steam pipe, now.
Good job.
That bottle in Penguin's eye is pretty haunting, yeah. In Arkham City, you can actually find the lore story. You have to solve a riddle, but you can find the lore story.
Defense, take him out.
Nicely done, sir.
You can find the lore story for how that happens.
What's wrong, Nightwing? You need Batman to save you?
Almost got it. I think, is that all of them? I'm missing. There we go.
Man, I'm good. Okay, Oz. Let's get you out of that elevator.
Oh, he gets to improv again. He gets to pretend. I think he pretends he's a goon again. I love those moments in this. That's really fun.
Area secured, Lucius. Reconnect power to the elevator. Hey, boss! We're getting you out!
You are? Where's Nightwing?
Oh, he's right here. We thought you'd want to say hello.
Oh, I do.
Sod off.
Sawed off. I love a good Superman game, a Suicide Squad game. Imagine the roster.
Much obliged. Maybe we should get that light on the roof fixed. Change the symbol. What do you say?
Thanks for the offer. But this isn't permanent.
Hey, little man. Place hasn't been the same without you.
Get stuck.
For the second Batman Beyond movie, Bruce Timm said the idea was to scrape and reuse for the unlimited episode. It was changed to Amanda Waller B. I have to look up and read the rest. I remember the ending of the Nightwing DLC. I remember it pissed K101 off for a while because he was really hoping that the end of the DLC was alluding to Nightwing, you know, taking over for Batman in Gotham, but that didn't happen. Okay. For the Batman Beyond second movie stuff, Bruce Timm said the idea was scrapped and reused for the Justice Unlimited episode. It was changed to Amanda Waller being the one responsible for the calling process. Okay. Interesting. That is very interesting. Okay, so we did that. That took us 40 minutes, basically. So now we'll move on to the Harley Quinn story pack. I'd say what we do is, maybe once I get the other Arkham DLC episodes, or Arkham episodes, maybe I'll get those going too. Let me see, outfits. Showcase. Alright, I guess I'll wear this outfit. I really like it. Like, the little dress part is really cute. I think it's really cool they added classic Harley Quinn, and if you get the Red Hood DLC, you can have him in the Arkham Knight outfit. I remember they did a poll saying that they were only going to add one, and they did a poll on Twitter or whatever asking people which skin do you want in the game, but apparently there was so many votes for both that they ended up just adding both of them in. Okay. Red Biggin, or Red, if you want, I could see, if you have Discord, I could add you as a friend on Discord, and then whenever I go live with something, I could share the link on Discord for you, so and you can see.
To contain someone like
so and then you'll know from me whenever I go live.
Before she gets transferred to Blackgate. Yeah, if she doesn't tear down the Bloodhaven Police Department first.
Whenever I go live with something. There she is.
Okay, Donut Dunkers. You gonna bring Ivy to me, or am I gonna have to get her myself? Have it your way.
Okay. Now I could try, but okay. Now I know I love the little screamer thing. That's really cool, and it catches them too. I don't like current Harley in like the current cartoon or the new cartoon and stuff, but I still do like Injustice Harley and Arkham Harley because I think they do Harley better than current comics. Many have said, including me, Injustice and Injustice 2 Harley did the idea of good guy Harley better than the current comics. I could try, but I have very limited internet on my laptop. Okay.
Walking, Bird Brain. And remember, I'm only helping you and Scarecrow do this to kill B-Man.
My, touch a nerve, did I? Good. Now hurry up and find Ivy.
Oh, and another thing I like is there's all over the walls when you look, there's little bits of dialogue and stuff on the walls.
Crap! I got cops on one end and a gate on the other.
You useless harlot. I knew we should have sent one of my men to do this job. I told Scarecrow you were nothing but trouble.
Quit your complaining, you old lady. I got a few tricks up my sleeve.
I like that.
Oh, I bet you do.
Gross.
Gross.
I hope Flower Queen gets light. Last
thing we need in blood.
Well, I'd say if, like, I just was mentioned, I could help you find a way where you go. That way, then you'd be able to see more of my videos if you want. Alright, Jack in the Box.
Some eco-terrorist protecting the damn forest.
You hear that, Tom?
I should get out of the way.
What was that? Who's playing games?
Where's it coming from?
Says, silly piggies. She has psycho vision, I know that.
I must say, I'm impressed by the way you handled yourself back there. I could really use a girl like you in my organization.
Not interested.
Not interested.
How much now? How much to get you on my payroll?
I ain't for sale, Penguin. Can't put a price on me. Especially after you tried to kill my puddin'.
Your pudding's pushing daisies, Quinn. And I'm the one to work for now. So tell me, what's your price?
You couldn't afford me. Besides, I'm a one-fella kind of gal.
We'll see about that.
Okay. So, and then it says, sometimes it just ain't no silver lining. And then if you keep her psycho vision, if you keep her whatever vision on, you'll hear Harleen talking to her. I'll sign up for Discord a little later. Okay, well that's cool. And then I can see, I'm on Discord. I go, you know, it's Fierce Crimson Speedster, so you can either find me or I can find you. And, then when I start a live stream on whatever, like if I start a game live stream, or a comic news stream or something, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more comic news streams, but game streams will be fine. But if I do any game live streams, I could send you a link from my tablet, and we can do that. And then that way, then you'll always be notified for whenever I'm doing a video, if you can't get it from Netflix. Joker forever. Okay. And we need the Jack in the Box again. Detonate R1. Okay. Okay. We'll leave Psycho Vision or whatever it's called on, so then we could hear Harleen at some point. Where's the bathroom? Okay.
Quick, keep it quiet. You don't want to attract too much attention.
No can do, Blubberpot. Quiet ain't in my vocabulary.
Secure the control room. Okay.
The news hasn't been the same since the Joker died.
Okay. I'm trying to see where Ivy has a few plans in here, I think. Here we go.
Are you already dead?
Blubberbutt. Jax doesn't like that word. I don't think the plants are in here. I think they're in the next room. So.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Bye-bye, dumb guy.
Debate mayhem mode. That felt good. Okay. The one thing that I do appreciate that the new cartoon had, it may have just been coincidence, but in the new cartoon, it's a Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm reference. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Sorry. what was I saying? One thing I could appreciate that I saw.
You even know what you're doing? Yeah, I do.
Okay. One thing I appreciate that the new cartoon had. Uncivilized. Was in the new in the trailer. There's a brief moment where Harley loses it, and between the way the colors were and then how she gets mad and was hitting people with her hammer, it reminds me of the mayhem mode in this game. So I don't know if that was coincidence.
Holly, shut up!
Or if they took that. That would have been cool if they took that from this, but that'd probably be the only thing from this that I think would be cool that they took. Get up there. Okay, there we go.
What were you saying about Joker? Thought so. Heel copper shook out!
Oh.
Gonna use this crate no more. Need assistance!
It was close. Batman's just got a poor sense of humor.
Harley, can we please stop this craziness? Blah, blah, blah. You're the only crazy one here, Harley. That's gotta be a new record in dumb.
Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to start that over.
Should have known better, yeah? You never send a harlot to do a man's job.
Rude. Rude asshole. Rude laughing asshole. That was random, but okay. They have sexualized Harley in recent years. I'm okay with that, but the animated series made me appreciate her quirky nature too. Yeah. Well, I mean, she was always kind of sexualized. They always kind of had, like Bruce Timm, like with some of the drawings, they had kind of like where she was kind of had like pin-up drawings. Not that that's a bad thing. We're in this cafe. Hogan's Alley, St. Austin's Church. Okay. Didn't see that before.
Harley, stop being a... Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, come on, I was trying to detonate the thing. Did that take you down? Nope.
Wow, that's gonna hurt when you wake up.
Harley Quinn is on the move!
Lost my pudding, that was what that one said, okay.
Why does this crap always happen to me? Always. If I was you, I'd check to see if these coppers got Ivy on the wire. Just get to the computer and find Ivy.
Well, that's why you had to stay in the first place.
Sheesh! That's all you had to say in the first place. Sheesh. Okay.
She's in the basement.
Come on then, let's finish this thing before we upset Scarecrow. And neither of us want that.
No, we don't want that. That bloke creeps me out.
Okay. While we're here, car accidents are fascinating, but not when you're in them. What's that one say? Cliche is getting a little cliche. Oh, there's one up there. I have a feeling this thought will be disappointing.
I noticed you were having... Enough, Harleen! Enough!
Return to Arkham Asylum. Which is ironic because then they did the Return to Arkham games. When they did the remasters. I think I forgot something in the oven.
You remember the time when... I know what you're trying to do, Harleen, and it ain't working!
Okay. Oh, it's up here.
department.
Let's see here. Weird looking ornament, I guess. Okay. I guess I'll finish this up and then I'll probably get ready and wrap this up. But this has been a good stream.
Get out of the elevator, now!
Return
I'm not the one scared of elevators!
return to doing streams and stuff. What's going
Now
on?
we got you, Queen.
Okay.
Oh, my Joker would love this!
It's weird it won't do R1 now. Okay.
Hey, Butterpot, what does Scarecrow want with Tammy anyway?
What's it matter? If Scarecrow says we need Ivy to take out the bat trash, then we need Ivy to take out the bat trash.
Hey, no way I'm helping Batman take out the trash. Let him take out his own damn trash. I want Batman dead.
That's what I meant, Harley. That's what I meant.
There's, dear God, I'm alone. One idea I had for my 3D comic series was retelling Dick Grayson and Harvey Dent's story. Oh, that'd be
Why
interesting.
the hell did I become a cop?
I guess they're just sleeping. He's sleeping in the plant. I wish I had something I could use as a distraction. I guess snare trap. I don't have anything I could do there. Both end up the same, with Tony Zuko killing young Dick's parents and Sal Maloney scarring Dent. Oh, interesting.
Scarecrow can't take down Batman.
But both end up teaming up for a revenge quest with Two-Face, interrogating and killing Maroni's guys unbeknownst to Dick. Huh. Cool. Good night. Okay.
Coppers are always blowing at my... Now you've done it!
Purpose on the move.
Bonsoir, Copper!
Okay. Oh, there's two left. I thought there was only one.
Watch out!
It says, it's not that I'm so smart, it's just that there's so many stupids out there. That is fair. There are a lot of stupid people in the world.
I'm missing the playoffs because of you. You're gonna pay.
Getting Maroni would lead to getting Zuko, all while Batman is trying to find and turn Dick away from his path of vengeance. Yeah. Why do people from Bloodhaven say they're from Gotham? Yeah, that sounds really cool, Red. Okay, we saw that one right there. There's actually more than the ones that I've shown, but... Oh, I don't think I've ever... I think I've been in here, I think. Yeah, I have, because there's crawl space right there. And in this area, I actually took a photo on the photo mode, and I saved it on my thing. Does Batman know he's crazy? Someone should really tell him. Yeah, but playing this for 2 hours, this is nothing, because one time, I'll say in just a second.
After this, I'd like to take some time just to talk.
Okay.
Would that be alright? I don't need therapy, Holleen!
Okay. Sometimes I just don't relate to the real world. Anyway, so this playing playing for just over 2 hours now. I'm still working on it. That's fine. You take your time with it. I don't think this is legal. It's not, Harley. It really isn't. What was I saying? Yeah, but this is nothing, cause one time, one of my past videos,
You want to talk about him?
I've kept it on here. Never trust a penguin. Never. One of my past videos I did was a 3.5 hour, at the time I didn't even plan on it being that long, but it was a 3.5 hour, Arkham Knight stream, where I was just doing, like, side quests and other stuff.
Quick, better move your ass. My men spotted Nightwing just outside. And you don't want unnecessary complications.
Au contraire, Penguin. It's like Joker always said, if it ain't complicated, it ain't fun.
Right, well, I don't even know how to respond to that.
I know. He was so profound.
I know, he was so profound. Mr. J. No bats allowed. I got a jet. I'll talk to you later. Well, it was nice getting to see you. See you on one of my streams. Red, I guess he already left, but I hope you can join in again soon, Red. And hopefully you'll get the Discord. You get Discord set up, and we can. I can notify you then. Underworld, are you still here?
There's my favorite vegan.
Harley, come to free me? Again?
Come on, we got the popcorn!
Okay. Hi, Underworld. Hello again, Underworld. I don't know, I guess you've been here, or maybe you came back, I don't know.
I'm gonna smash you!
Uncivilized.
Yes, okay. There we go. There's Nightwing.
End of the line, Quinn.
Bat Night.
Nightwing.
Bat Night! Nightwing. Leap over Nightwing and attack him from behind.
Play it smart.
You're nothing but a lame-o.
I hate having to beat up Nightwing because he's one of my faves. But we're playing as a villain, so it's kind of
This might have
expected.
gone too far.
It's illegal to take the law in your own hands. Just
Putting you behind bars.
Ain't a damn thing.
shabam. You're very tricky, Nightbag.
This ain't Gotham. I'm taking you.
Ooh, you're in a whole lot of trouble, young man.
We're gonna lock you up.
Stop it, sir.
Lady, give up. call it quits.
Come on, jump over him. There we go.
Give up!
Ivy, can you help over here?
Should have stayed out of London.
Who let a vigilante in the police department?
Well, I mean, Dick is a police officer for Bloodhaven, so I mean, that's why.
Kick her!
You're in trouble.
Are you seriously trying to protect the law by breaking it?
Give me just a second, and I'll read your comment.
Right, very pushy.
Oh, almost lost. Come on, here we go. Since... Wait.
Need some help?
Finish this up.
99.
Well, ain't that a bloody surprise. Now grab Ivy and bring her outside. I got a car waiting for you. Scarecrow will be very pleased with our work.
Our work? Sorry, Butterpot. Last time I checked, squawking and talking ain't work.
Why, you little...
Be nice and no Ivy.
Just get back to Gotham.
Come on, Tammy. Scarecrow wants a word with you.
Okay, so that's it for the Harley Quinn DLC. Okay, so since I talked about Batman Beyond earlier, what DC characters or team do you think would be interesting to get getting a Beyond version of? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think Teen Titans Beyond would be fun. It'd be interesting to see what Flash Beyond would be, if it'd be like a descendant. Well, I don't know if it'd be a descendant of Barry Allen, because there's already Bart Allen, but he's Impulse. Or if it'd be a descendant of Wally West. Funnily enough, let me get in a nice position. I'm sitting on my futon right now, trying to kick back. Funnily enough, the Batman Beyond spin-off, there was a spin-off, very lesser known, called the Zeta Project. And on the Zeta Project, there is a character, I can't remember his name, but he's voiced by Michael Rosenbaum, who voiced Wally West on Justice League. And the character he plays on Zeta Project... not extras, options. The character he plays on Zeta Project was... Okay, that's better. The character he played on Zeta Project was Dr. West or Dr. something other, and it was a character that had orange hair like Wally. I watch and like the Zeta Project. That's cool. Another nice thing I'll say about Zeta Project in just a minute. So anyway, and I think it was revealed that the character that he played was Wally's grandson, I believe. So that's really cool that they kind of had Wally's descendant be, like, that they revealed in the animated continuity in the Batman Beyond future where that was at. Sad that it got canceled. I watched like Zeta Pro. Yeah, a good thing is, for the longest time, for whatever reason, they never made DVD releases of Static Shock and Zeta Project, but here in the past year, they finally did DVD releases. They released all 4 seasons of Static Shock, and then they released a complete series set of Zeta Project. I think Suicide Squad Beyond would be interesting. Introduce the Beyond version of a lot of villains. It would also help with world building. Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be interesting because that's just like one of the things I liked about one of the things I liked about the Rebirth Batman Beyond comic is that, because in the original Batman Beyond cartoon, they never really did Beyond versions of all the villains, or really show what happened to the villains in from Batman the Animated Series, other than Bane, and I think they did Bane, and then they did Joker and Return of the Joker. But in the Rebirth comic, Batman Beyond Rebirth, they had they did Beyond versions of all the. Okay, good night. They did Batman Beyond versions of like Scarecrow and a couple of the other villains. So that was really cool. Wow. I wish I could say to keep it going a little bit longer, keep this party going a little bit longer. I wish I could say I had the other Arkham episodes, because there's, aside from these two, there's a Robin Arkham episode, a Catwoman Arkham episode, there's one that's a Red Hood one, and then there's those three, and then there's Batgirl and Matter of Family. Batgirl and Matter of Family is actually longer than the rest. That was more of a, I think that one's like, it takes like 2 or 3 hours to complete. The rest of these can be done in like 40 or so minutes. Maybe Dr. Fate Beyond or Justice League Dark Beyond. How would magic cope in a couple in a world of high tech? Oh, that would be interesting. That would be really interesting to see if there'd be like a new magician taking up Zatanna's role, and like or just new characters taking up the roster and the team. I mean, and since Swamp Thing is plant, is this all plant living plant, they could just have him like, or have a version or older version of Swamp Thing and have that be Swamp Thing Beyond. Like, they could give him either armor, or they could do something different with that. But this was, as I was saying earlier, this was a nice return to doing live streams again, because I came close. I was originally, as what was going to be my celebration of this whole crap with Disney getting screwed over, or Disney just being caught for the evil things they do, that I was just originally just going to watch the rest of season 1 of Spectacular Spider-Man. I didn't even couple that, I was just going to watch it. I didn't even realize that, oh hey, there's all this drama going on now because Sony got the rights to, or Sony was taking the rights to Spider-Man back, and there won't be, apparently Tom Holland and I think the director are still signed on to do 2 more films, but they won't be in the MCU anymore. So personally, if they can do something that would more appease the fans, that'd be great. Because I didn't really care for Homecoming, and I certainly wasn't really interested in Far From Home. But the thing was, and that's like, everybody at first was blaming Sony, but then Sony came forward and they said that they wanted to continue their whole thing with Disney, and that they were even working on a 70-30 offer, which would have been fair for everybody. It would have worked for everybody, but Disney wanted 50-50. And that was when Sony was like, and apparently if Sony had caved in and they went with that, it could have canceled Venom 2 and Into the Spider-Verse 2, and I mean, I haven't seen Venom, but I would be very disappointed and very mad at Disney if they canceled Into the Spider-Verse. But I don't know. As for what I'm going to be doing tonight and tomorrow, tonight I'm probably going to wrap this up here in a few minutes, because I've been doing this for, it says 2 hours on here, but I also did a stream earlier that was Lego Batman 2. It was basically it's basically the same stream with this title, but it was me playing Lego Batman 2, or not Lego Batman 2, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, but like the side quests, I don't know, I couldn't really get through all the stuff with the side quests. So then I started playing this and talked with everybody for a while and did some stuff. But I'm gonna probably wrap this up in a few minutes. As for tomorrow, I might see about doing maybe I'll do a Marvel Future Fight stream, and I can, if you join in Underworld, I can see about, I can show you, like, my updated roster with stuff. And that would be fun. And I've been saving up crystals, I've been grinding and saving up crystals. I already had saved up crystals before, and I got 2 outfits. I had 2100 crystals. So when it was on the sale, I'll read that in just a second. During the sale, I got Wolverine's X-Force outfit and Spider-Man's Homecoming or the Spider-Man Infinity War outfit. The ending of Homecoming, you can easily have Spider-Man alone and far away from his normal friends and allies. Then a few years later, let me see. A few years later, Disney can try to bring him back with a deal. We'll see. Personally, I would say that the next film, that after the end of Far From Home, Spider-Man just found a way to just go to another Earth, and that would be an easy way they could avoid having Tony Stark or the other Avengers from showing up. But apparently, according to this thing, now that he's back at Sony, they can't mention events that happened in the film. So anything from Civil War up to Far From Home, I think they can't mention, which is just weird. I mean, I get it though, but it's gonna be so weird to see how they're going to do the stuff moving forward. But hey, if the films are better, I'm in. Not to mention all the other stuff is still going to be happening. So, like, Venom 2 still happening, and they got a good filmmaker for that. They got good film people for the sequel, which is cool. And I'm hyped for Into the Spider-Verse 2, and Sony also said that they're going to be doing, they got one of the guys from Into the Spider-Verse, and he's going to be developing a Spider-Man TV show universe of a couple different live-action and animated shows. And then I heard something that Spider-Gwen, that they announced that they're going to be doing a live-action movie of that, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. And then I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be back with other stuff. I don't know if I'll be doing any more comic news videos right now. but I'll probably do some other video game. I'll at least do the Future Fight stream tomorrow. But thank you everybody. Red, Underworld, and the other guy who joined in for a little bit, who left, I guess. The Funder won, and who was here for a brief little bit, and then I guess left. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see y'all again soon, and I'll be doing other streams, and at least other game streams. Another thing is I have the entirety of Life is Strange 1. Okay, see you later. Alright, I have the entirety of Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, so I could actually stream those too if I want. And we could go through that story. I want to see at some point, I want to get some other games, like, I want to see soon about getting Injustice 2 and, the different Telltale games, but, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up now, because we're already at 2.5 hours. Okay. Oh, good night, everybody. Good night. Let me see, it's back on air now. Good night, everybody. Okay, see y'all soon. This is Fierce Crimson Speedster, Edward West Summers, signing out. Bye.